Hi, spots and cheap pups! Ladies and gentlemen, this is Silicon Steve Valley, and I am here with... Vladi. He likes the pot.
And today we talk Jim Cornette's reaction to the Bloodline.
What do you think, Jim Cornette? Well, she hit with a fucking chair right in the fucking head. I thought it was boring and long and stupid. Fuck this bullshit and fuck you. Thanks, Jim Cornette. Yeah, guy can ruin a blowjob reviewing it. Wow. Did you hear Corny's review?
Yeah, I got a chance to listen to that earlier tonight.
Brian Les is like, that's pretty good though, isn't it? Come on.
Yeah, and Glass disagrees with him, you know. And then one thing that I caught with Cornette is towards the end of it, he's like, I like it a certain way, and that's it. And I know people aren't going to agree with me, but that's the way I was taught. And I'm like, okay, I get it. You know, you want security to come in there and bum rush the place, and make it seem more realistic. But it doesn't take away from how good it was to me.
And by the way, that was explained. Corey Graves said, "What do you think?" He's probably on Roman Reigns' payroll anyway. Corey Graves even explained it, and then he complained about the chair to the back instead of the head.
Yeah. And
Les had to explain to him why it was good. I don't give a fuck. Okay, Jim. No fuck. Okay.
Yeah. And then it became how he could take a chair shot.
Of course.
Blah, blah, blah,
Of course it became that. I can do that better than these dumb fucks in this stupid generation. They don't know what the fucking armbar is from a goddamn fucking
wristwatch.
The one Cornette group I'm in, that's the one segment where people are openly disagreeing with Cornette. They're like, that one is like a lot of people are like, I'm sorry, like, hey Jim, we love you, but we love that whole segment right there.
Good job, Cornette fans.
Yeah, they're calling
mindless sludges.
Yeah, and I thought
you're cool.
I thought, we should definitely compare IQs between the AEW fanatics to the Cornette cult for sure.
I don't think any kind of fanatic in professional wrestling is an intelligent human being. I'm not going to lie to you. If you're a fanatic of anything in professional wrestling.
What about guys with podcasts?
Oh, they're cool.
We're the cool ones.
We're the cool ones.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking, you know what I'm saying. The people that they cheer on this is entertainment, and people cheer it on like it's a sports team.
Yeah, and
people support Cornette like he's the fucking Yankees, and Vince Russo has his minions, and Meltzer has his. You're all fucked. If you follow these guys like they're cult leaders, you're fucked.
Yeah,
they're all carnies.
Where you and I were texting earlier, where we're mentioning how, like, on the comment section, you can't even just waste the energy on half of them, Yeah,
well, you have Jade Cargill saying that her run is as impressive as Roman Reigns is. It's just like, what do you do with someone that says that? If you're an AEW fan and you're looking me straight in the face and you're telling me that, well, do you want me to, like, what? Okay. Sky is purple. I swear it's a purple sky. It's green. It could be purple, I guess, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Nice sunset.
Yeah, cotton candy. But yeah, man, it's a shame when it gets out to that level. And I even mentioned the whole thing with you. And this is a little bit of a segue. Like, somebody called out Bray Wyatt for his pitch black match. And here's what I'll say with that. And we can just, and anything you want to add to, by all means. But I had to explain this person. They were like, just going off on Bray. And I was like, all right, this is just typical cheap shots. And where I got.
Well, what were they saying about Bray Wyatt? What were the things they saying? So, by the way, Cornette and Last, to their credit, that was hilarious. Their review of that match with LA Knight and Bray Wyatt was hilarious.
Yeah, I didn't hear that one yet, actually. And I'm looking forward to it because they are huge on LA Knight. And and Bray Wyatt can do no right with them.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they tend to tear in, don't they?
Brian Last particularly.
Yeah, he
Hates him.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, he's very
He can't work. He's fat and stupid, and he smells of elderberries.
So yeah, so I forget what this person said, and what I got sucked into the conversation was I clicked on their profile and their favorite wrestler, and there's several mentions of the Undertaker, and I'm like, okay,
I know,
like,
yeah.
and that's and yeah, I'm like, okay, you have an issue of Bray Wyatt doing the spooky stuff, but then with your favorite wrestler's Undertaker, who made an entire career almost out of doing spooky stuff, where you had to sort of suspend disbelief, right?
The smoking urn that had his rebirth against Yokozuna. Is that part of it?
That the lightning hitting people, like the Druids, everything else the Undertaker did, and we all loved. Why? Because it's theater, right? It breaks up the monotony of the card. It's something special. So
I'm over it.
I get that, but you know what? There's certain matches where Undertaker, I'm like, man, that was pretty damn good.
I've been over Taker for like a decade.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, there are those that still appreciate the dead man, even though you might not be one of them for the last decade.
Well, you should have stayed retired. He came back for the big payday with Goldberg, and it put such a ridiculously bad taste in my mouth.
But
and then he tried having another. He had his big final match, which was terrible against Roman Reigns. One of the many Roman Reigns main events at WrestleMania that did not go well. Then he's done, right? He leaves his boot and everything's done. Big send off. Goodbye, bye, Taker, bye. And then he comes back and wrestles Goldberg in Saudi Arabia. Thank you, fuck you, bye.
Man, he is like almost in Shawn Michaels category with the saltiness here.
Who? Corny? Undertaker.
No, yeah. I didn't realize this was going to come from you.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. The Undertaker's a good dude. I appreciate it. But at the end of the day, I didn't need to see him wrestle the last several times he wrestled.
Yeah, I mean, but he's still an attraction. And getting back to when he was in his prime, or maybe when you did appreciate him more. Right now, the only person that's sort of doing that's in WWE especially, is none other than Bray Wyatt. And, you know, watching this Pitch Black match, I didn't know what to expect. And a couple things.
Did you feel the glow?
They totally used Naomi's budget on this match. So I didn't know what to expect, and here's what it was. And keeping in mind the whole follow the White Rabbit thing, the whole viral thing to go and get everybody talking about it. It was all well done. And of course, along the lines, what do we find out? Bray Wyatt brings aboard this buddy of his that happens to write for Marvel, right? So here you have a guy that does comic books, graphic novels. He has an appreciation for it. So as I'm watching this match, back in the day, I was a fan of a series called Sin City, written by a guy named Frank Miller. The way he portrays the storyboards, very similar to this sort of match, except that instead of like vibrant red for blood, you had fluorescence. And again, what are we rated? PG, right? So this is where we're going. And what we're seeing unravel here, for better or for worse, is literally Bray Wyatt's graphic novel coming to life in front of us. And I noticed that even further as Alexa Bliss is wrestling. There's intertwining characters now from both divisions connected to Bray. The Belair sort of hint, and Alexa's there. A little bit of a squash match. I don't know where they're going to go with her, what they're developing here, but their version of Harley Quinn, aka Alexa Bliss, is now fully involved with Bray Wyatt, and this Uncle Howdy character and
Captain Howdy.
or Captain Howdy. And you have a situation here where we're seeing and witnessing this play out. Now, what I'll say is this. Is this everybody's cup of tea? No, definitely not. However, this is not a bad way to maybe attract younger wrestling fans that actually like graphic novels. They might get something out of this, much to the way at one point somebody enjoyed The Undertaker and totally got into that side of it.
Thank you so much for watching High Spots and Cheap Pops. This is Silicon Valley for Vladi Dottie. Please hit the subscribe button, and thank you so much for watching High Spots and Cheap Pops. Here endeth the lesson.